Well, don't let your dogs out tonight, gang, because apparently we're hearing about a Nordic alien encounter. There's a video, I'm gonna share that with you later on in this video, and apparently we're hearing about 3-Eye Atlas, more updates on that Timu Atlas situation. I wanna get to that, and we're also hearing about interdimensional aliens as well. Needless to say, you're gonna get some tonight. You don't have to like the video, you don't have to subscribe. If any of my sisters watching this video, hide your hubbies if you have one, because Anna Paulina's coming home for dinner tonight. Roll it.
To see you too.
Who are these people who are still blocking the truth from the public?
Yeah.
Well, to our knowledge, it is definitely members of the intelligence community, and then also too, we were recently denied access out of the Department of War.
Members of low intelligence community, more like it.
Stating that we didn't have access and the proper, I guess, need to know authorities to look at some of the classified footage that is out there. As you saw in that clip that you just showed, there's actually some footage that was dead dropped to Eric Burleson, of which he then provided it to the task force. And so all I have to say is, look, in the interest of national security and national defense, obviously this is something that we should question and look to find answers for, but also it also signifies a massive problem when you have elements within our own government that are denying access to Congress. And this is not just a bipartisan effort, this is bicameral, meaning the House and the Senate are both supporting this, both Democrats and Republicans. It's probably one of the few things that is bipartisan. And actually this week, I think it's going to be on this upcoming week on the 17th, there's going to be a movie coming out called The Age of Disclosure, of which Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in there talking about this exact topic, and I think everyone should watch it.
Let me ask you about that, and I will.
That is insane, right? Because even the Congress is getting denied. So they're denying evidence, they're denying information. Yeah, you don't have the right to know. You don't have the right to know. Wait about answers. If you're not gonna give us the information, cut the taxes. In fact, get rid of the taxes completely. Why, yeah, well, like, ¿por qué? Why are we paying taxes? Why are we paying taxes if we cannot get any information? That is absurd. That's insane. The fact that even some officials in the government is not allowed. I mean, you probably heard this, right? This is something that we heard a long time ago, that even the president at times is not above certain elements, and there's classified information that even the president is on the not need to know. He doesn't need to know, so therefore we're not even gonna let him know. You must have heard that. If not, well, yeah, I'm gonna lay it down for you guys. Yeah, that's also apparently a thing, that even at times, even the president is on the need to know only basis, and even the president is not allowed on certain topics, and he's not allowed to sniff around. That's insane to me.
You're on the record talking about, quote, non-human life forms that could be interdimensional beings who are visiting us. Can you just explain more to people at home what that might mean?
Yeah, so that's definitely a mouthful, but that is directly based on information that we've received from witnesses. Also information that we have obtained and witnessed via our investigations. There's some stuff that I can't disclose of what I have immediately seen in some of these.
There we go. Even she cannot tell us about it. Then, man, who's gonna tell us? Who is gonna tell us?
SCIFs, but what I will tell you is this is not just some crazy conspiracy theory. Obviously, there's been massive reporting, not just in the United States, but around the world. And this is something that I think everyone kind of, has always had some curiosity about. We're just simply asking the questions.
Yeah, and it feels like we're building towards some sort of disclosure. I know many people are hoping that Donald Trump is president and that he's ultimately the person that allows that to happen. We just had the acting NASA administrator and transportation secretary, Sean Duffy.
NASA, never a straight answer. But if it's not Trump, that's the thing though. I feel like that whether you're left or right, whether you're in America or not America, I'm not an American, I'm in Canada, right? But here's the thing though. I feel like that in terms of UFOs and alien topic, there has been progress achieved. As in, we're getting more information. They're releasing some videos. For example, the Hellstrom hitting the UFO, right? That video was released. SCIFs are happening. Disclosure, I guess, part of it is happening. So the needle is moving. Although slowly, but it is moving. That's good, okay? That's what we want. We definitely want disclosure, obviously. But it's moving toward it, which is a good thing. But what if this administration doesn't release it and then the next administration comes in and they just undo the entire progress. That would be pretty shitty though. You know what I mean? Because it seems like that right now the progress is being made. So I really hope that they hit the nail on the head right now. Because you never know, maybe the next administration is gonna be like, who cares? Don't want to release it. You know, we can get into that, and I definitely don't want that happening. I hope they can just hit the iron when it's hot.
On this show moments ago, and I asked him about this, what they're calling a comet, 3I Atlas. Take a listen to his response.
Yeah, Timo Atlas.
The experts at NASA have said this is a comet. It walks like a comet, talks like a comet, struts like a comet. It's a comet. I know some people have said, listen, there's alien life on here, or that at one point they said it was going to hit the Earth. Not true, but it is a fascinating comet.
There's no conspiracy.
You mentioned Kim Kardashian, so I wanted to clarify that. No, there's no conspiracy theory.
You did. All right.
Okay, I'm not sure, but somebody from NASA did respond to Kim Kardashian. That's funny, bro. Yeah, that did happen. I believe it was him that actually responded, but I could be wrong. Somebody indeed did respond to Kim Kardashian, but not the public. Yo, why are we paying taxes once again, bro? Why are my American viewers, my American homeboys, my American homies paying taxes? Reduce the taxes, cut the taxes, or tell us the truth, man. You know, absolutely bull squash, man. They indeed responded to Kim Kardashian, but not to the nation, not to the people that are paying, that are funding them. Now, NASA, if they're gonna shut down live feeds, bro, just shut down the entire NASA, man. Like, why do we need NASA? When these suckers are just sniffing each other farts, doing helicopters with their willies around, you know, polls on that. But indeed, they are, allegedly.
So, Congresswoman, NASA has yet to release the photos. They're releasing other photos every day. They blame the shutdown. They've yet to release the photos. Do you buy that from Sean Duffy?
What the hell, man?
Yeah, you know, I actually had a conversation with NASA because I was helping Avi Loeb, who's actually a Harvard astrophysicist who's been looking into this for some time.
Right.
And remember, this is going to be one of many objects.
4 months.
That we're going to be getting through that are interstellar because of the technology that we have now. So there is some anomalies about the comet, like for example, it lost its tail, which is pretty much one of the first that we've ever seen, but I do believe that it's a passing through comet. And so I don't think that we are going to have any contact with any non-human intelligence yet. But the ruling's still out there on what this is,
Okay.
But let's move the hell on from this one, because apparently we also have a man that is talking about a Nordic alien baddie. That's right, a female Nordic alien encounter. I want to get to that, and we apparently also got new updates on the Timo Atlas and the 3I Atlas. Take a look at that bastard, that twat right there in that UFO. That's a crazy sighting. But really quickly, I gotta take a second to shout out all of you guys out there. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the channel. The homie Scott, the homie Big Rahizzle, thank you guys so much for liking the video, subscribing, tipping, super chatting. You guys gotta do none of it, man. But those of you that choose to, thank you guys so much for all the love, man. Alright, let's get back to the content here, boo boo. Now, apparently, Avi Loeb got this to say. Roll it.
Corresponds to a certain molecule of oxygen and hydrogen. So the claim is that it could be natural, but obviously what is most interesting is whether there is transmission that cannot be explained by a natural source, and I'm waiting for those results. I encourage radio observers to look at this object, and they're doing it right now, so that's why it's very exciting. The other thing that happened is the object moved away from the sun by more than 30 degrees by now.
Right.
So observatories around the world are looking at it, and guess what? It still is one object. It didn't break up. And moreover, there is a glow extending towards the sun again, anti-tail, opposite to what you expect for comets, where the tail is being pushed away from the sun by the solar radiation pressure and the solar wind. Here we see it going towards the sun.
Right. Okay.
And there's talks of like 7 jets as well, right? As though either they're like ice glaciers, I believe, or thrusters. If those are thrusters, then it's an alien UFO mother-in-law ship. I think it's just a comet, guys, but I want this to be an alien mother-in-law ship, bro.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I'm not
it
sure
would be
if you're aware of
disappointing.
this, but and this got a lot of attention today. We asked Sean Duffy, the acting NASA administrator, also transportation secretary, the question that you have wanted to ask him for months. Take a look.
The experts at NASA have said this is
we actually went through that. Let's actually skip that part.
not true, but it is a fascinating comet.
How do you respond to that, Dr. Loeb?
Yeah.
Oh, very simply, the foundation of science is the humility to learn, not the arrogance of expertise. You know, it doesn't make sense to say the experts say, and therefore you should believe it. It makes sense to say, here is the evidence, and it's a comet beyond a reasonable doubt because of this and that pieces of evidence. However, there are all these anomalies about this object, and we still haven't figured out what it is. The good news, in the coming weeks, we can monitor those jets. There were 7 of them coming out of this object. They could be as a result of ice, pockets of ice evaporating by illumination by sunlight, or it could be thrusters. And the way to figure it out is to measure the speed of those. And I did a calculation.
There is still a chance that it could be from an alien origin, man. There's still a chance that it could be aliens before GTS6. Because let's be real, guys. You know, we're not getting the Epstein files. We're not getting GTS6. Now, the only hope is that we actually get the Aliens DLC pack. Only if they're good, though. If they're not good, then I don't want to do anything, okay? I don't want anything to do with them aliens, okay? I don't want them aliens. I don't want them twats out there. I don't want none of them, okay? But if they're good, oh, absolutely. Oh, hell yeah, man. I definitely want to see them aliens. I want to see them alien baddies and all that.
That there isn't enough surface area to a natural comet to accommodate the amount of mass flowing through these jets. And so there is definitely a puzzle here to be resolved. It's not a matter of the experts saying what it is. They need to show how they explain these jets and how much mass these jets carry in them.
Dr. Loeb, I want to play one more part of my interview for you. So the shutdown is now over. And the 3i Atlas photos from that high-rise Mars rover camera still haven't been released tonight.
That's insane, though. You know, NASA still hasn't released it. They are responding to Kim Kardashian, right? They are releasing other stuff. They're talking about other bull squash that nobody cares about. But this is what people want to hear, right? Obviously, a lot of you out there believe that it's a nothing burger, myself included. I think it's a nothing burger. But it's interesting indeed, though. It's unique. Okay, it's a unique nothing burger, if anything, right? If that makes sense, or probably doesn't. But some of you also do believe that, yes, it can be alien, or it is aliens, and nobody knows right now. That's the thing. So NASA can shut all the rumors down. They can shut all the speculation down by releasing the data. One thing is for certain, some funny is going on, and it's definitely is a unique comet. So I think Avi Loeb has reasons to suspect that. I think he is right to be asking questions, and everybody is right for asking questions. Yeah, the fact that NASA shut down their live feed, still not releasing anything. Now the government shutdown is over and they're still not doing anything about it. Yeah, seems like that this is perfect amount of time for them to Photoshop and airbrush all them photos before letting the public to see it. Sounds about right, but let's see what Uncle Loeb gotta say.
Tonight. So we asked him about that. Take a look at his response. They're publishing other images from this same high-rise camera on Mars every day. They did it yesterday.
1 sec. I got 2 minutes. I was like, let's pause that UFO video. We're gonna get to it.
From this same high-rise camera on Mars every day. They did it yesterday.
The simplicity of this observation contrasts with the formation we see here. 2 parallel curvilinear, first time reading that, ridges, one crossing an impact crater that have a similar shape to other examples attributed to carbon dioxide glaciers. Owing to how infilled the crater is, the ridge likely formed long after the original impact. This was released on 11th of November.
They did it today. Why isn't NASA releasing these images?
So again, with this comment, I think there's a little more complication in getting and processing the photos, where with the photos you referenced, it can be automated and you can get those pictures up and out right away. There's more man hours that are needed for the pictures from the comet. But I will tell you this, we are days away from NASA getting full staffed again, getting our workers back.
Yeah, you know, they need the workers back so they can Photoshop it. You know, they just need time, guys. They need time to Photoshop the images. That's what it is, man.
Back into the office and getting pictures out to the American people.
Yeah. Okay, I want to get your reaction to that. Today's November 13th.
They want to be the first. They don't want to waste even a second before they can collect Americans' tax money, but they need time, guys. They need time to deliver you the news, right? They need time, but God forbids you're an extra second late or you're a second late for paying your taxes. God forbids that happens.
You go to uahighrise.org, they posted pictures from Mars today, but they can't post these 3i Atlas pictures from October.
And the reason I'm passionate about it is because I'm in Quebec, Canada, and the taxes are insane here, bro. 50%. That's why, you know, I get passionate, man. That's why I get passionate, you know. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, all right? Absolutely.
Second. So bizarre. How do you respond to that?
Well, we had the 45 days since the images were taken, and there are people involved in the high-rise camera that are not government employees. Some of them are, you know, affiliated with the University of Arizona. They definitely had plenty of time.
But Dr. Loeb, do you believe the NASA administrator? Do you believe the NASA administrator? Do you believe what he just said to me?
I have no issue with him. He's basically repeating what people are telling him.
Yeah, I don't either. I just want the truth.
Right. So I think we will hopefully see something coming out in the coming days, but it just shows you how sluggish is this system of bureaucracy. I don't necessarily think they are trying to do something, you know, on purpose. It may be just bureaucracy taking over science.
I agree, and that seems like a whole lot of bureaucracy. Again, those photos taken October 2nd. It's November 13th.
My
Dr.
God,
Avi Loeb?
my God. Imagine you're late Imagine you're that many days late on paying your taxes, bro. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Don't try that, by the way. Don't do that. That's bad. That's not good. Don't do that. But shout out to Mystery Man. Check this out. And we gotta get to that Nordic alien encounter as well. Roll it.
Video was posted by a channel called UFOs and Mysterious Creatures. There isn't much known about where these videos come from, but it's obvious this one was shot deep in a forest late at night. Whatever their reason, they captured something unexpected.
I love it when people capture things unexpected and unexpectedly. Pause, but So we got a light, or is that moon? No, that's moon. Yeah, kind of dark out here, man. Yeah. Damn.
As the camera turns towards a tree, it reveals a bizarre creature. The creature startles the camera person, who quickly turns away and runs off. Some might think it's a monkey or some other animal, but there's something eerie about this encounter.
So we see one eye, right? That's... Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, it seems like it's some made-up one. I don't know. Or you think it's like a real gray alien twat just standing there. That's a video from Japan of an alleged big twat, big chungus, Bigfoot. So we got a big Bigfoot in Japan. I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. Shout out to Adam B. He was the one that recorded this. Let me put it here. Yeah. By the way, if you do have Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, I would love to have you there. I have been posting daily content there as well. If you don't have it, that's perfectly fine. But if you have an account and you're constantly like rolling and scrolling, hey, I would love to have you there too. First link in the description. All right, let's go back to the content here. Boo.
It seemed to come from a Japanese channel known for paranormal clips, possibly part of a short documentary or news segment. No one has confirmed where it came from or who filmed it, but many say it's the clearest Bigfoot footage since the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film.
Yeah.
Real or fake, it left viewers curious.
Yeah, Big Chungus enjoying nature. Love it.
In the middle of an overgrown field, a strange image was captured on a trail camera. It showed a dark, human-shaped figure with a slightly elongated head. No one knows.
Not even slightly. That's like huge, humongous. Yeah, no, I mean, I was blessed, like I was talking about, guys. I was blessed with the sixth sense. Whenever I see a picture or a frame or a video still of an alleged Bigfoot, I've been blessed, and I have the ability to tell whether he was beaten up by his wife or not. And this Bigfoot, I'm sorry to say, he was not just beaten up by his wife, but he was demoralized. And yeah, look at my man. Like, he's just standing there, just contemplating life. So this man was done dirty. This Bigfoot was done dirty, bro.
What it really was. Maybe just an ape wandering around. Or maybe it was the creature people whisper about. A Bigfoot. Since the exact location of the capture wasn't shared, it's hard to say.
Now he's demoralized, man. He's been demoralized. Damn, man.
In the remote wilderness of Alaska, a camper suddenly heard rustling nearby.
Alaska, huh?
That's when he noticed it. A large, dark figure moving between the trees. It walked upright like a human, but its shape was far more ape-like. The sight matched countless old Bigfoot descriptions, fueling even more debate about the creature's existence.
Right.
A hiker went exploring in the mountains one evening. Through the forest, he saw something big and black moving along the slope.
Hey, yo, chill with that. Bigfoot crawling on a mountainside? Crawling on a mountainside? Where? Give us better angles. Somewhere like inside there? Yeah, what you're trying to record? Nah, there's no big chungus there.
It walked upright before vanishing behind the trees. He only managed to capture a small part, which doesn't show much, but somehow
It shows nothing.
that makes his story feel more believable.
I don't know about
He wasn't
that.
sure what it was, but since many in North Carolina have reported similar sightings, he could only think of one thing. Bigfoot.
Yep.
Who knows?
I mean, indeed, who knows? Shout out to Area 52. So this man, his name is Peter. Chilling Nordic alien encounter. Debriefed. Roll it. Let's
People,
find
when
out.
they talk about my case, they say it was at night, he was asleep and this happened. No, I was fully awake. I had just driven out of the house, dropped her off, came back home, fully aware, awake, and but I just
lucid.
And I thought I'll just go and lie down and rest up a bit. And as I laid down, within, I'd say less than 5 minutes, I felt like something jumped on the bed, and I felt an indentation on the mattress. And I thought, oh, shit, is that a dog? Is it a cat? That's what I was thinking. But then we didn't have pets at the time. So the only thing I thought of was maybe when I opened the front door to walk in,
You let something in?
maybe a dog came in, or a dog I'd probably notice, but maybe a cat snuck in. That's my thought process at the time. And as I sat up, I realized that I wasn't under the quilt. I was on top of the covers. And as I went to sit up,
Holy.
this is where it gets a little bit confusing for me, because it's hard to explain, but at the same time, it happened, so I'm going to talk about it. Someone says, I was interested till he talked about this astral thing, and I lost, It happened. As I'm sitting up, I saw my astral body, my soul, whatever you want to call it, I saw it come out of me, and I could see...
Okay, pause on that one. How many of you actually believe in the astral projection? And how many of you like, nah, that's some bull squash, right? And yeah, put it in the comments. I'm curious. And the reason I'm curious is because I've heard a lot about astral projection, and it's not like lucid dreaming. It's astral projection. It's kind of similar but different. Basically, astral projection is essentially for the newbies is that your soul leaves the body and you can control it. You're aware of it, but your soul leaves the body. That's astral projection. I'm wondering, like, if any of you were able to successfully do it on will, because there are so many people, thousands of people that claimed to have done it and that are doing it. That's fascinating to me, right? Now, obviously, I guess if you're religious, you will believe in that. If you're not religious, maybe not, and that's fine. That's cool, but. I'm religious, right? So I do believe that there's life after death. So I do believe in the concept of soul. So yeah, essentially that's where it's where I'm at with it. But are you able to control it? That part I'm not sure about, right? But if any of you have been successfully able to do it, yo, put it in the comments, man. And what's the secret? Maybe I need to learn that.
It was like a see-through, transparent image of me, and it sort of was see-through. I saw it come out of me, and I could see it was like a see-through, transparent image of me, and it sort of was in stages. It was like bang, 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 and sat upright. And as I'm looking at this, I can see an image of me, and then I can see an image of a female straddling me. And I'm like, what am I looking at? And I could see through that image of me, I could see her. And I'm like, what the hell? And then as I sat up, my body and my astral body, my soul became one again. And as soon as that happened,
so his soul went back to the body, right? Yeah, quick, get to the charger.
she put her hands like that behind my head and pulled my head towards her breast, her left breast. And I pushed away. I had put my hands against her body and I pushed away. She pushed me back a second time, pulled me closer and held me tighter.
Can you describe right now what this person looked like that was on your bed with you?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know it. Like when I was trying to get that, I wasn't concentrating on her head. I was just focused on trying to push away from her breast because I'm claustrophobic.
Okay, pause, brother. Pause on that one, man. Like, damn, bro. Like, pause on that one, Peter.
At the best of times, and I couldn't breathe when she buried my face into her. So when I pushed away from her the third time,
okay, jokes aside, it's funny, but I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the story. But if the story's real, no disrespect. If the story's real, I want the story to be real because it's fascinating, bro. Not every day a brother gets to, shove the face down an alien baddie. You know what I'm saying? Big pause on that. But now listen, I want to see them alien baddies. So I really hope the story is real. So guys, let's focus. Let's stay strong. Let's focus.
Into her. So when I pushed away from her the third time, I struggled. Like I had my hands against her body, but I couldn't push away.
She was strong.
She was so strong, yeah.
Dang.
And eventually I pushed away. And as I pushed away, that's when I looked and I got the whole image of her. And there was this blonde female, milky white skin, like she's never been in the sun.
Right.
And that's similar to what my mum saw when I was 22 days old, the milky white skin male. And she had, it was thick hair, but it was wispy. It was very thin looking, and as I'm looking at her hair, it didn't look like human hair. Like human hair's a bit thicker, it fills the hair. This thing looked see-through, almost like fishing line. And her, like the shape of her head, she had huge cheekbones, and at the time I sort of remember Cher, the singer Cher. She's got a longer face, she's got the big
high cheekbones,
and that's what
he caught feelings, man. He caught feelings, bro. Yeah, the way he's describing, he indeed caught feelings. And no judgment, bro, no judgment. It happens to the best of us. We do catch feelings at times. And it is being said that the Nordics look very much like us. I always get mixed up with Nordics and the tall whites, but this time I've done my research. I always get mixed up, and a lot of people do get mixed up. But the Nordics, they look very much like us. And it is being said that they apparently are here. They're walking among us. And you might not even know that it's an alien. You might be like, okay, so that's a super hot chick, super hot white chick, or super hot white guy. Pause on that. I'm a straight male, so big pause on that. But yeah, so that's that. And tall whites, they also not really, because they're super tall. They're 6'9" feet tall. So if you see a 9 feet tall man, bro, you're gonna run away. You're gonna run away, right? So yeah, but they are very much closer to us in terms of looks. But usually they have features that are quite distinct. Blue eyes, super white pale skin, and all that.
I said she looked like close enough to Cher's face, like with the features, but not dark like her. Her perfect nose, like perfection, a little bit longer. It was longer than a human nose, but it wasn't a big nose at all. It just suited, because her face was a little bit longer, so it suited her. Her lips were normal mouth, normal lips.
Her eyes?
The eyes caught my attention. That's what blew me away, her eyes. I don't know if because when I pushed away from her, she was shocked and she had that, expression on her face where her eyes opened up a bit more. But her eyes looked, 2 to 3 times bigger than a human eyes. And
oh, dang.
The most beautifulest blue I have ever seen. My partner now, she keeps trying to find the blues. and she's come close, but not exactly. But it was just, yeah, the eyes took me. I couldn't believe the color of her eyes. And
yeah, the eyes are the windows to the soul, essentially. And yeah, he he caught feelings. I get it. Listen, I understand, bro. Been there, caught feelings a bunch of times too. You know what I'm saying? It happens to all of us, man.
But her pupils were blue, and then it faded into a lighter blue where they should be white. And so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, how did you get into my room? Like, how did you get in here? Who are you? You know, where are you from?
And she's naked,
completely naked.
And you describe, I think, in the book, like much taller than you, it would seem.
She was, yeah.
Although she was sitting on her calves, so to speak, or like kind of straddling you.
Straddling me, almost like a kneeling,
sitting on her legs type.
And when she pulled me towards her breast, she had easily
a head over you.
A head over me. And
so maybe 7 feet tall.
I'd
roughly.
say so, yeah. I'd say so.
Okay.
Damn.
Perfect body.
7 feet tall, perfect. It's like he's describing it with that answer. Nah, man. What are your thoughts? You believe him? You don't believe him? He's given way too much detail, so either he fabricated or that moment was really intense that he remembers it. Because yeah, it is true that if you have one of those moments in life or something crazy happens to you, you're gonna remember the details. So maybe he's speaking the facts, or maybe he fabricated it.
Body.
Yeah.
Some people make. I'd
Roughly.
say so. Yeah. I'd say so.
Okay.
And perfect body.
Yeah.
Some people make fun of my description of that she had, you know, really.
Okay, listen, I want to put it on record, bro. No disrespect. I appreciate you coming out. It's just that you got to understand from a different person's perspective that might hear the story for the first time. To them, it's just going to be very hard to believe. But you know what? I'm different. I might be laughing, but I'm laughing at the description, not necessarily you having that experience. I'm glad you had it, so you're describing it. It's just that I'm just an incel, bro. You know what I'm saying? So don't even, whatever, bro. I'm just an incel, bro.
Well-proportioned breasts.
Yeah.
And where she came from. I didn't use this term. Bill Chalker and others did. It's as if there was no gravity where she lived.
Right, I see.
And her breasts weren't droopy or low.
You see, this is why, bro, like, you making me laugh, man. Damn, so those, bro, big pause on that, but...
They were jetting out.
Yeah.
And I hate doing this because someone's go, oh, you know, he did this with
obviously.
his hands. But
obviously people are going to, you know, extrapolate anything they want from this, but, you know, being honest about what that description is.
If he's being honest about it, massive respect. Kudos on him for going on record and saying the breasts were jetting out, this, that, the other. If he's being for real. No, that's amazing that he remembers that. That is amazing.
I think provides the best, you know, data for the rest of us.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my story and what I saw to make people, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But 100%. Yeah, and as I'm looking at her, I'm looking down at her body, and I noticed that she didn't have a belly button. And that freaked me out a bit. Yeah, I was like, well, I didn't know anything about cloning at the time. And Dolly the sheep hadn't been cloned by that stage.
No.
The Raelians were claiming that
Dolly the sheep, born in 1996, was the first animal cloned from an adult cell, proving that specialized cells can create a whole organism. Oh, shit. And yeah, I mean, CIA, dark operations, you know, merging humans with animals, making new species. Yeah, man, I mean, bro, like, definitely, they must have done crazy amount of tests.
That they were going to clone a baby and ended up, they said they did it eventually. That all came just after.
The Raelians believe cloning is the key to human immortality, seeing it as a way to recreate the body and eventually transfer consciousness, fulfilling their vision of eternal life through science. Who's the Raelians? Is it like an alien species? Or
and I didn't know much about cloning or what a clone would look like. But when a panel of researchers, 12 of them actually sat down with me for about 6 hours and questioned, you know, the hell out of the whole thing. And I remember saying to them, she didn't have a belly button. And they said, what do you mean? Like, I said, I don't know, but whoever made them for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I was suggesting that they made them to have
some type of intercourse or
what if that race is clones of humans? Or what if there's another alien race that is cloning humans with them, and then they got their version of the Nordic aliens? You know, just some food for thought. Now, that's interesting. If that is true, that they don't have belly buttons. You know what? Let me actually Google or chat GPT it rather to find out if that is actually true or not. Like, yeah, let's find out. And let's let me just search this up here. Let me put it here. Do the Nordic aliens have belly buttons? Okay, let's find out. Let's see what it says. In UFO lore, Nordic aliens are fictional. Ah, man, let's just summarize it. Okay, in sci-fi interpretation, yes, belly buttons to emphasize that they are basically advanced humans. No, secondly, no belly buttons to signal that they're not born. But that's, okay, real world answer. Yeah, that's what I want. If you want, I can give a serious... Yeah, I want you to give a serious... keep it short, but real answer to what do we know about Nordic aliens in real life. Come on, ChatGPT, come on, man. There's okay, real answer. There's no evidence Nordic alien exists. Of course. Lame. Comes from UFO stories, contacting and conspiracy lore from the 90s. No physical proof, no verified sightings. Okay, so ChatGPT is not telling us then. Interesting. That's interesting then.
Yeah.
Well, to create life.
Or like a training doll or something, or...
Yeah, well, this is when it gets...
even more strange.
Well, the training, someone showing something or teaching someone. So I'm looking down, I see she's got no belly button, and I notice on the right side of the bed, but towards the corner of the bed, like at the end of the bed, was an Asian-looking female. And she was sitting, you know how, like in the school photo, how you take a photo and you'd have your hands on your knees, like that, and on top of your knees. She was sitting on her calves with her legs folded under her, and she had her hands like that. Black hair, page boy style haircut, dark hair, Asian looking, but in the eyes, I mostly saw black, but I saw a little bit of white on the edges.
Giant pupils, sort of iris pupils. Black. And
one had, the blonde one had blue, bright blue, and this one had dark eyes. And she just looked like she was in a trance. Like,
not tall?
No, not as tall as
normal
the blonde.
height.
Yeah, not as tall as the blonde.
Yeah,
and,
okay, of course it was a Chinese chick, so that's why he's saying not tall, man. Come on, man.
The way she was sitting down, her skin tone was dark skin, a lot darker than the other one. Obviously, the other one I don't think had been in the sun at all. And the way she was sitting, her stomach looked like she might have been pregnant, or she might have been a
bit of a pot belly.
A little bit of, not too much, but there was a bit of a belly
or
there.
Maybe she was getting high on junk food, so she had a little bit of that visceral fat, perhaps.
Yeah, right. I don't know why I thought, she looks pregnant.
Interesting.
It just could have been that she had a little bit of, weight on her.
Yeah, visceral fat, it happens. It happens.
And she was just like in a trance, just watching.
Or maybe had Taco Bell, maybe had too many of those beforehand.
In the blonde female and watching what's going on. I don't know if she was the teacher or if she was the student.
Yeah.
Someone was showing someone how to do something.
You had that feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting there, and when she pushed me towards her breast the third time, and I'm trying to push away, I couldn't do it. And my face is buried in her breast. So my defensive action, and people have a go at me about this, but they don't realize I'm claustrophobic. My face gets buried in her breast. I'm trying to push away from her. I couldn't. I panicked. I couldn't breathe. I was struggling to breathe.
Oh,
so
dang.
I didn't take a bite. People say, what type of person is he? I didn't take a bite. I took I pinched with both my teeth. I just sort of pinched her skin. And I did.
You cannot solve a tiger's hunger with like little pinches like that. A tiger is a tiger, man. It needs. But bro, like this is. I hope he's being for real. I think he's being for real. But that's a crazy encounter, man. That is a crazy encounter. Insane.
Feel something hit the back of my throat, and as soon as it hit the back of my throat, and I thought it might have been a bit of flesh. As soon as it hit the back of my throat, it was like I had just drank acid, and it was burning the back of my throat so bad. And but I looked at her, and she was in complete shock. That's why her eyes opened up so wide.
Yeah.
And she,
I mean, bro, like anybody would be shocked. But that's the thing, though. You know, that alien baddie should have let this man breathe, bro. Like, damn, like you're shoving his face like right there. Man couldn't even breathe, bro. Like, damn, that's sometimes y'all be doing way too much.
instantly looked at the other one, and I'm looking at her breast, and I can see there's no blood, there's no cut, there's no damage, nothing at all. And sometimes I think I was given something. It might have been a tablet or something, because at the end of it all, I had an erection for 6 hours, and it was the most painful erection I've ever had. 6 hours of it. I don't know if anyone's been through it before, but it is painful.
Yeah, what are we watching, bro? What are we watching? But I'm trying to stay stable as possible here. It's hard being stable and keeping a straight face. But we did hear the stories of, I'm not sure if any of you heard the story, but it's being said that some of Earthlings have been, I shit you not, bro. There were headlines on, okay? You know what? It would be better if I pulled the headlines.
And so yeah, I swallow this thing, and I just started coughing, and I'm looking down, I'm coughing my guts like it was just burning me. And as I look back up at them, the blonde one looks at the Asian, and I didn't hear them talking, I felt them talking. And it was telepathic, and it was, he's done this, something's gone wrong, he's done this wrong, this isn't like the last time, he's done this wrong. And I'm like, she's like, something's gone wrong. She kept repeating that. And I'm like, again, you know, it's like this thing of, what fucking last time?
Yeah.
Like, I keep hearing this as if it's happened before, but I had no memory of anything happening with these females before.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I know whenever he talks about it, it sounds funny and all that, but there were, I'm just pulling one article, there were so many others. You know, you search with like keywords, you're gonna find tons of this. Outlandish claim has a secret breeding program creating alien-human hybrids who can survive climate change. Now, I've never seen any of this article, but I heard the story of like, hey, Earthlings are getting pregnant by aliens. Okay, there was a story like that, so I just searched that, and this is one of those articles that I landed. It's a different article, but you know, just to get the point across. Space aliens are breeding with humans. University instructor says, scientists say otherwise. And it wasn't just like university instructors saying that, it was more like we've had whistleblowers talking about it too. This was a massive story a couple of years ago, actually.
There was telepathic communication between them, and then there was the blonde communicated directly with me. And it was very rapid, very quick, but I understood everything she said, and it was in English, like it wasn't some language that I couldn't understand.
This is actual words?
No, this is telepathy.
Yeah.
This is, you know, it's like her thinking, and I can tell what she's thinking.
Okay.
And it was things like...
Yeah, it was a U.S. defense. You know, there are so many articles on it. Woman got preggo after doing Easter eggs and having an encounter with alien, claims new U.S. defense report. According to the claims made in the Pentagon documents from the DIA, witnesses have alleged UFOs having, or aliens rather, aliens from UFOs having, or doing Easter eggs and having encounters with humans, which even left one woman preggo. So I'm not saying this is legit, but I know this was like a massive thing, a massive story, so take it as alleged, but it makes you think, man. It makes you think. Maybe he had a real encounter, or maybe he's fabricating it all.
Like, basically telling me that my marriage or my family life would end sometime in the future, that I wouldn't be married, you know, to the same person forever. And I knew that it'd be around 2015, 2016, and there was even a time given to me where, this is 1992, and she said in 25 years, I got this thing where information was coming that there are portals all around the world, and in the next 20 to 25 years, they'll start activating and coming to life, and that we'll see beings and creatures come to our side that we'd never seen before. And
so that would put it around
2017. And my breakup in my marriage was December 2016.
Wow.
So a couple of weeks. It was actually the second week in December, just before Christmas.
Were you receiving this on purpose, or was this just like sort of mirror image of like your timeline that you were like getting, or were you like, was she purposely giving you information?
I think it's purposely giving me
really?
Information. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. And
what purpose do you think?
I think to prepare me for it.
Oh, interesting.
I think just to So,
but yeah, crazy story, man. Did you see this video though? If not, yeah, check out this video on the screen, because we've done like a massive story on this alien crash and encounter where people saw it, and we got images of it. Check it out, and I'll see you right there.